Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and I'm here today with my haul revisit for March, as well as a little extra TBR to go with it. So the reason we are doing a little bit of an extra TBR this month is because I only have 3 books on my haul revisit for March. I don't remember what I was doing last March, but clearly not buying many books, which is always nice to just have a month. I think this is maybe this and one other month last year were pretty slow, and yeah, that's always nice to have a little bit of extra wiggle room this year, and I am making use of that. I think we're gonna go into everything. I will mention this is a TBR on top of my Roll of Reads TBR. I've already posted that and I will link it down below. And I am filming this in early Feb. I just haven't had a lot of time lately and I'm exhausted, so this was a video that I felt like I could pre-film, so I thought I would jump ahead and do it. Let's talk about the 3 that I have here, one of which is on my Roll of Reads TBR. And then we'll go into the others. From my Roll of Reads TBR, I have Owl by Becky Manawatu. So this one was part of a book battle in which it went up against A Lot Like Adios by Alexis Daria, which is the second book in this whole revisit. I really wanted to read this one. Didn't want to read this one as much, but this was the one that won. So it's the one I'm going to be prioritizing. The plan is to finish all 3 of these since it's such a small number. And I don't know, it's nice to think that at the end of the year I will have finished at least 1 month worth of haul revisits. So, very different vibes. This is set in New Zealand and is a sort of like literary crime kind of thing, I guess. This is, as you may have guessed, a contemporary romance. And then the third one here is called Portrait of an Unknown Lady by Maria Ganza. So this is set in Buenos Aires. This is translated from Spanish. Don't really know what it's about. Saw the cover and was like, that looks art history related in some way. And I believe there is like it's a master forger, which sounds pretty cool. Haven't really read anything like that before. I mean, I've read articles about it for class, but not in a novel. So those are those 3, and yeah, they're not hideously long, so I feel like I can quite possibly do this. We'll see. It came to putting together what I wanted to read in March, and I was like, I actually have a lot of rereading that I was hoping to do. And like I said, it's early Feb and I already know I'm just not going to get to these ones by the end of the month. So I thought I'll just throw them on my March TBR, and if I do get to them, like, great. But if I don't get to them until March, that's perfectly fine too. So I do have technically 2 that aren't rereads. The first one being Dark Harmony by Laura Thalassa. This is book 3 in the Bargainer series. I have been reading this for the last 2 months with a little group of people, and like I said, again, it's mid-Feb. We just finished reading book 1 and most of us really enjoyed it, and I believe everyone is continuing at this stage. So obviously we'll be trying to read the second book in Feb, and then this third one in March, and then the little novella in April. So I had read book 1 before, so I reread it in Jan, but I never continued the series. So I don't even know what happens in this one because I don't want to look at the back in case I spoil something for book 2. So here it is. I'm very much looking forward to it though. And then the other one that I have that is not a reread Kind of. So I have Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, which is a reread, but then I also have Chain of Iron because I never read this one. I just put it off. So as you may know, the third one was released at the end of Jan. I have a copy on hold with my best friend. I was just waiting until the end of Feb to pick it up because I didn't really want to buy too many books in Feb. But I'm planning, hopefully if I can time this right, to basically have reread book 1 and be at least like halfway through book 2 before I pick up the third one, because otherwise I will probably just reread book 1 and then pause and take too long to come to book 2 and then also not read it. So that's the plan with this one. I did love the first one, so I'm really excited. I'm also just terrified because it's Cassandra Clare and she knows how to make things hurt. But I'm looking forward to it. I thought this would also be a good time to continue Heroes of Olympus. So I started The Son of Neptune ages ago, just didn't come back to it. Had stuck it up here for Feb and it was just like, I'm not going to get to that by the end of the month. So instead I thought I would hold off on this one and The Mark of Athena until Feb. I'm going to put this way because I am arachnophobic and I do not need to see that on the front of the cover. Amazing. So obviously a favorite series of mine. Very much looking forward to getting back to these. I have just put these two, so these are books 2 and 3 on my TBR for March. If I can get to 4 and 5, that would be great, but honestly kind of expecting to hold off on that until April. I don't know, we'll see how much time I have in March. I just feel like I have some kind of big ones here, so 2 seems like a reasonable number. Okay, we have another one, kind of the same with the Cassandra Clare deal. This is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I don't really remember anything about this. I remember one scene, the most traumatic scene of the entire book. That is gonna be etched in my brain probably for the rest of my life. Cool, love that. But I don't really remember anything else. I don't have a copy of Hellbent yet. I made a promise to myself that I would again reread this, or at least 3/4 of this, before going and picking up the next one, because otherwise it will sit on my shelves. And also, I don't know if I'm still going to be interested in this. I feel like I probably am, because I did really enjoy this the first time around, but also, I don't know, it was a long time ago. This was what, like, I think I read this in 2020. It came out in 2019, but I feel like I read it in 2020 anyway. Maybe it was 2019. I don't know, but it's been a while and we'll see. And if I like it, once I'm a good decent chunk into it, I'll buy the second one and I can hopefully read them back to back. So that's all in terms of series. I have one standalone that I am planning to read, which is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. I think it's going to be an interesting video planned for this one and a couple of other books. I am kind of reading them over a couple of months, and the reason as to why will make sense when this video is out. But I thought I would mention this one, and then the others will kind of creep in to some readathons and things like that, and all that kind of good stuff. So this is the one I'm going to start with, and then I will talk about the others at some point. I have a lot of videos on the go at the moment, so yeah, it'll be exciting to start yet another project, but I am really looking forward to this one. So that is that. I think, yeah, there's some big ones. I think it's all right. I think I can do it. We'll see how I go with it. And of course, I will link my Roll of Reads TBR down below if you're interested in seeing what I went with for that and what else I will be reading in the month of March. And yeah, that's everything for now. I hope you're all doing super well, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.